What's up, Salmon Nation? We're back. Today we are doing a surgery recovery ride. I know before you put a lot of comments in there, I've taken it easy on the stationary bike. I've ridden a little bit, so we're gonna try the Dragon today out here near Brower Park, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And we're gonna do a little cookout afterwards, so here we go. Okay, correction. We are at Davis Bridge, not Brower Park. Brower Park is actually down the road a little bit, but there is some hikers that have hiked about a mile of this, turned around, post holing, so it smooths out. It's a little slushy, but nice and grippy. We just met up with Chad and Janine, and they're the ones who groomed this section, so it's just rolling nice and smooth. A little mashed potato-y, we would like to say, in the ski industry. A mashed potato style, but other than that, beautiful late winter Saturday afternoon. But wow, what a gorgeous day. I think the whole holing is supposed to be over within a mile or so, and then it's about as far as people typically will walk. Really nice if they just stayed off it, because it's so beautiful and perfect for the bikes. Wow, look at this. It's just beautiful. We're a little slow going today. It's a little slushy. Probably could have got here a few hours ago, but still pretty awesome. And this spot is just epic. Look at this trail. Winding through some of the clear cut. We're gonna hopefully get away from the hiking footprints here soon. So that's making it real bumpy. All right, we are too warm, so we had to take a layer off, and it is a little slushy, and with the foot traffic, it's making it fairly good amount of workout here, but you know, just on. So why should you own a fat bike? Well, you should own a fat bike for this reason right here. I mean, it's just gorgeous. If you live somewhere where there's snow or lots of sand, you're just gonna be able to ride so much more. But I think the number one reason is, yeah, just the exploring. And this is a groomed trail, but there's so many trails around where you live, and probably a conventional mountain bike, depending on your location, just might not be that great. So sand, logging roads, sometimes it's super rocky, and a fat tire just absorbs a lot of that stuff. But if you live where there's snow, it's just easily one of the most fun things to do, I think, in the winter, even over Nordic skiing, unless you have a great Nordic center. All right, now we got a little bit off of the hiked path, so smoother riding for sure. A lot better without the constant pounding of the foot traffic holes. But it is getting soft. Look at that. Fresh ribbon of snow through the woods. Just beautiful. Getting out there, taking in the bounty of all the seasons. That's really what it's about, living in the four-season land. Or even if you live somewhere is warm and you've got beaches to ride, you know, other desert areas to get to, that just makes the fat tire bike such a tool for exploration. You can load it up with gear, bike packing overnight trips. Great exercise, because you got to roll the big old fat tire, of course. So I say, ride fat to get skinny, if that's what you're working towards. A little slippery. I did have to put my foot down once, but so soft, and you can't really go that fast because it's so soft anyway. Pure Michigan, that's right. Okay, nice. Some gorgeous views of the Hardy coming up here, and Croton. Just northern Michigan at its best. One of its best. It's got a lot of them, in my opinion anyways. Whoo, doggies, look at that view. It is just a perfect day out here today. It's a little soft, but being able to be relatively warm and still ride snow. Late winter, early spring, some of my favorite times of year. Although, for you purists, let's just be honest, spring doesn't start until March 20th. It's February 26th today. That's still 3 more weeks of winter, so even though it feels spring-ish, won't be officially spring till March 20th. And by then, we're probably riding dirt almost. So this will just be a beautiful memory of it's been not a great winter. It's been a lot of snow, rain, just get things set up and then it rains again and gets too warm. But we'll remember it just by the best times, not the worst. That's our motto anyways. Look at that view. Wow. Too much longer, you'll be out there on the boats and riding bikes. No such thing as bad weather. It's just a wrong activity. How's it going? Beautiful day, huh? Thank you. Hi. Little open area here. Definitely some wind out of the south. That's warming it up. Without the windshield on the GoPro, I'd be a mess. This area is super fun on the regular bikes. It's whoop-de-doop-de. If you're using this video for a trainer ride, you probably feel like you're going really slow, but you're not. You're pedaling really hard, I'm sure. But it is kind of soft, and since I just had surgery, I'm gonna keep it fairly mellow today, but what a great memory. And maybe on one of those really hot summer days where it's so hot, you just can't really, you don't want to ride your bike. It's just, get in the woods, mosquito-y, hop on the trainer, the air conditioning, and throw this video on, and it'll chill you right out, I bet. It's my plan. You know, that's, that'll be a good moment. And that's the key. Looking forward to all these moments in life, because like I say, I mean, think of every day of your life as like our old superintendent Cal the Kuiper used to say, every day of your life's like a BB in a bucket. And you don't want to take those BBs and just be like, that was a crappy one, get rid of that one. Because when your bucket's out of BBs, that's it, right? And you'll be like, man, I wish I had a few more BBs. No, you don't want to waste them. There'll be bad days, but there's definitely not for lack of trying to create bad days when you don't need them. Hey, thank you. Everybody's been letting the cripple guy by, which is pretty nice. Wow. It's just amazing in here. Oh, man, this is smooth. Once you get into the shade a little bit, firms right up. Still off cambery. Slipped off a few times. Oh. Not super trustworthy snow, but oh man, tonight it's gonna be so good. Or tomorrow morning, super good. Yeah. Riding bridges. Oh yeah, a little hole. Yeah, the spot where the sun's at, it's a little bit soft, but in the shade it firms right up. It's like, holy awesome. Yeah. Sunshine's priceless, but cloudy days keep the conditions a little better, that's for sure. So, get in the shade, it just firms right up. Yeah, that's Really pretty with all those trees. Yeah, I need like a little more colorful clothing. This all black is drab for the photos. I mean, you gotta start thinking like a photographer and not a biker. Like, yeah, you got an old black puff coat? Cool. That's gonna look drab on the video, dude. You need something colorful. This white and black, boring. You need like some, you know, lime green, highlighter yellow. That's the stuff that'll pop. A little 80s neon up out here. All this black and gray. Nobody wants that, dude. They want colors. Because it's winter time, there's not a lot of colors anyways. So, gotta liven it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little slickery. A little squish, squish. And this bridge, it's a little chunky coming into there, but not too bad. That's the thing about the Dragon. They've done such a good job building this trail. It's just amazing what, you know, people can do when they put their mind to getting some outdoor recreation for others. We're just talking about how good these Salsa bear greases are, especially if you're in the market for a fat tire bike. The bear greases, this one's a little bit more kind of racing speed model. I got 3.8s on it, and it's pretty mushy, sloppy snow. It's not too bad, but she's got the 4.6 26 wheel muckluck, which is pretty awesome for all the exploration. I mean, if you could have the best of both worlds, you'd have the both bikes for the Quiv, but I don't know, I think the muckluck, can't go wrong. And the configurations you can do with the wheels and everything, it's just, there's so much you can do. Change them up, make them the way you want. Which was a video we were watching on the Rich Drew YouTube site. And Rob had changed up his bike. So that's something to remember, I think, is that just because your bike's not perfect doesn't mean you need a new bike. You can do some things to change it. Like, I have a medium 9er, and it's, at first it felt kind of small, but once we started riding all the feature trails, and I really did like having a little smaller bike, especially with some of the more technical stuff. But it's nice to have the smaller frame, and the 29er wheel does great on cross-country stuff. So it's just a great kind of do-it-all bike, trail bike really. And so with a little longer stem and a 200 mil dropper, and man, that bike just like, it feels perfect. In fact, I was on a large in Austria in Leogang riding some downhill stuff, and that's when I fell, tore up my elbow and needed stitches. So I think sometimes just because the bike doesn't feel right doesn't mean you need to buy a whole new bike. You can think about what part of the bike you don't like. Do you feel too cramped in the cockpit? Do the wheels feel too unwieldy? It's like with Anna's Trek Fuel, she's feeling like the 29 wheels on the small frame. It's just she says she feels like she's riding a horse. But we're talking about the 27.5 wheel. Might make that bike feel completely different. And you know, you wouldn't have to go through the whole buying of a new bike. So this is just things to try out, I think. Of course, it's fun to buy new bikes, so you know, there's the end all be all of the story. Eventually you kind of like, oh, new bike will get you out on the trail a lot more because you'd be stoked to ride it. So I guess that's part of it. One thing I think is nice about riding fat tires is also you really learn how to let your tires slide. It's not always so perfectly good traction, you know. You learn a lot about keeping only using your back brake so your front tire doesn't slide and you don't go forward. It's a lot of good training for off-camera stuff where you could have loose gravel in the summer and muddy conditions, and the fat bike just on the snow really helps you train for that. I think makes you feel more comfortable in loose terrain, which probably reduces crashes overall. I think that's one of the other huge advantages of riding a fat bike, especially on the snow. But just the year-round being able to ride, I think, is the real biggest reason. Yeah, look at that. Be opening up soon. Yeehaw. We'll fall away there. I don't remember that coming by here. Maybe that's what those girls were. Squish and slush. But, you know, still an awesome day. But, well, Salmon Nation, that was our ride. Got a little tired near the end. The rolling resistance was pretty definitely slow, but cooking up a meal here on the tailgate, a little tailgate and fat tire bike style. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.